What is going on, guys? We're back on the video today, and we're doing another 10-year sim on the channel. Of course, we were kind of planning on being done with this series. However, we were suggested by several people. I'm not going to name every name because I don't even remember every name. So I'm not going to name the one or two that I know. If there was more of you, I apologize. You know who you are. You'll probably comment saying, hey, that was me. And then someone else will be like, hey, that was also me. But enough of that. We're doing a fantasy draft, and we're going to see what happens. Forget the damn gamer tag on the top right. But in this video, near the end of it, we do actually sim 20 total years because we have a couple of guys in the historic numbers, and it's going to be, obviously, maybe the title already gave it away, but it's going to be a fun one. So if you do enjoy this, please subscribe if you're new. Like if you do enjoy. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. But let's get back into this. I think this should end up being our most successful one, assuming we can get around pick 16 or 17. Pick 13, so not quite what I'm looking for, maybe a little bit too high, but close enough, right? So, of course, the thing that makes this kind of hard is that this is a 10-year thing, so the guys we're going to want to go for are going to be very young players, Myles Garrett being one of those guys. He usually is gone by pick 20, I think. Is there like a guy like Denzel Ward there? I know corner isn't super hard to get, so I'm not going to prioritize it super high. I think Jair will be there if we're lucky mid-second. Either way, I think, honestly, the best bet for us to go with, once again, young players. You want a guy that is at least, I would say, 24 or younger. You know, 24 is probably that magic number where even he may not last all the way. Hey, what up? Tyreek Hill could be that guy. I think wide receiver is definitely a position of need early. Ooh, Juju Smith-Schuster, though. Wide receiver and pass rusher are very hard to get. We're going to go Myles Garrett. I think you have to. Myles Garrett, 22. He'll be here for the rest of this. Maybe we do one of these in the future where we sim it. You know, maybe that'll be something we do. I don't know. If you want to see that, maybe hit, let's say, 209 likes. Mari Cooper right before our pick. Really? Is that really what we're doing? Juju Smith-Schuster? He is there. So Juju is number one on my list at this point in time. Is Jair still there? Ooh, he's still there, boys. Man, this is tough. We'll go Juju Smith-Schuster. He's usually a very godly player. All right, so of course, Jair Alexander's not there. We need a corner somewhat high. Eddie Jackson, that's not Eddie Jackson. It actually moved over too many. Why is he doing this? Well, could we not do this? Please, thank you. Eddie Jackson is 26? What the hell? How many years has he been in the league? Like 3? He seems old as hell. 26. Jamal's 23. Really? I'm Confucius. I think you got to go Lamar Jackson. 21, I have to. It was coming down to either him or a DB, and once again, DBs by year 4 are very easy to get. Unfortunately, the guy I really wanted to take there was Myles Jack. He is not there anymore, unfortunately. You know, we're going to lock in one of our linebackers. We've actually been having a little bit of struggles with linebacker lately, so we're going to go Jaylon Smith. Chris Jones is kind of a beast, isn't he? Yeah, we got to go Chris Jones. Lee Cooker, Jabril, please? Yeah. So my option was between him and Jabril. I think Jabril is just as good. He's pretty damn young as well. Basically, just looking for guys that could play corner in case we get desperate. So that's exactly what we're going to go for. We're going to go with Mr. Jabril Peppers, who is 22 years aged. And I don't know why I said it aged. It's interesting, but he can play corner if he needs to. We may be able to get a wide receiver here. We will not be able to get a wide receiver here. We probably should have went with another one because that's another really tough spot to draft. I don't think any of these guys even have much traits. Let's go with Eddie Goldman, I suppose. Get the Bears defense on his side as well. Bring that with him. The thing about this, though, is like we want linemen, obviously. We want some good players, but we're not going to find many guys that are going to last that long. Well, I mean, if we're going to go young linemen, let's go Orlando Brown, I suppose. So if we pick Harold Landry, is he right out? That should fit, you know, that should have our front done, right? We have 2 DT types and 2 edge rushers. The guy that I was really eyeing up for a while, Jeromepkr, is there. Definitely going to take him. Okay, Njoku is still there. We got to take Njoku now, right? I don't think we had Evan. You have guys like Ali Marpet, who I would love to go with. Normal draft. This is a dream situation. But instead, we're going to have to go with a guy like Frank Ragnow, you know? He's not a bad player at all. Ooh, Will Hernandez is there too, though. Will Hernandez never develops, but he is the stronger player, so his base ability is technically better. I think with Trey being only 20, we got to go for him. Maybe speaking a little bit too much since it's a fantasy draft. It's going to be a pain to edit. We're going to go with another lineman, Ragnow. Hoping all these guys can be, you know, maybe here the whole time, honestly. Maybe a reach, but I don't know. Speaking of reaches, do we really want to risk McCaffrey another sim? I don't think so. McCaffrey is ours. Great steal there as per draft. I mean, every time your pick should almost always be that man, basically. Might be a reach, but Ronnie Harrison is honestly such a good player for us, and we really are lacking at safety. So I don't think there's really much of an option. I'm going to reach a little bit for him. I think he'd probably go a little bit later, but reaching. I really don't want to reach for alignment, but there's really not much more worthy taking this high. And then the last lineman, we're going to go with Connor Williams, who's not super great, but he's 21, so what can you really say? Ah, Zay Jones. I suppose if you want a number 2, that's the guy, huh? DJ Chark, 21 years old, quick dev. I don't know if it will develop in a 10-year sim, but we'll see. Gary and Connolly is still there. We're not going to risk it any longer. Boosh. Maddox could be the perfect slot receiver, slot corner, so we're going to go with Maddox. Go with a young pick, I suppose. Dorrance Armstrong. Might need a kicker punter soon, though. Oh, crap. Did we miss? No, we didn't. Jake Elliott, the best kicker for Madden franchise. J.K. Scott is actually pretty good, too. 95-89. Dixon, how was 96-92. Dixon's actually really good. Matt Hack. We'll go Matt Hack. He's only slightly older, slightly worse accuracy, but he's quick dev and strong. The McCaffrey-Cohen combo. Love it. Larry Fitzgerald's there. We need a wide receiver. Screw it. We just need to do really well year one, and then obviously who cares about the draft picks after that? It's, we're set. I think we're still going to try and cheese and land ourselves some... Quandre Diggs is only 25. Land ourselves some players that can be traded for trade bait, get some draft picks out of it. I don't know. Tabor, I suppose. He's young. Might as well take him. With the best fullback in Madden because he's a beast and he's young. We're just going to draft a bunch of guys, like we said, that we can maybe get a little trade bait out of. Usually it doesn't even go that well. We get maybe like an extra first round or two. But might as well. Might as well cheese it up. So we have the roster. We traded a bunch of stuff away for draft picks, of course. Offensive line, not as bad as I actually thought it was going to be. We have some decent guys, all basically quick dev, other than, I think, Connor Williams. Njoku is the starting tight end. Wide receiver could be a little bit of an issue, but we'll see how Chark does. Quick dev on the training. We'll see how that goes. Of course, we moved Jabril down to corner. Quandre Diggs is the backup safety anyways. Maybe could have started him over someone like Obi. Obi is 24. I don't really think it's going to work out with him, but it's beside the point. This is, a squad with a lot of upside. If we can just make the playoffs year one, I think we'll easily be in for the most successful, 10-year sim we've ever had. Headed to the playoffs, surely we're good enough to at least make one trip. 8-8. We were number 2 in the division, yet we were able to lock up a playoff spot. Of course, the fantasy draft, very tough for most of the other teams, apparently. Looking okay, I suppose. Maybe you have to change the scheme up. Seems like a real spread-style scheme. Oh, here we go. There you looking nice. Only an 85 overall. Did I forget to up? No, I didn't forget to up the XP. I don't understand why it's so low. Oh, well, we're in the playoffs, and that's all that matters. 10-6 Colts, are they good enough to beat us? They are not. 13-3 Raiders, are they good enough to beat us? They are by 13. But, hey, we made it to the divisional round in the first year of a team that obviously is going to get way better every single season. Super Bowl winner will be the Cowboys. We also had the off-season, free agency stuff turned off, simply for the fact that we just don't have anyone to go for. There's not going to be anyone in the free agency that's going to be tradable. They're signable, I suppose. We're not going to need any of those guys. They're going to be all like 75 overalls. Here is the draft class, of course. Really not looking for anything other than maybe a safety and or a wide receiver. So that is what we're going to be aiming for. Shane Cantrell will be one of the main looks. That one wide receiver looked pretty nice too, though, I must say. He does have a cornerback, Lee Newman. Some pretty decent DBs. Not a whole lot of them, but there's a couple of decent ones. Pick 7, that's a little high, but I'm going to take him. Interesting name. Got to go with him. And oh my god, he's a god. Superstar Dev, 92 speed, 91 agility. His jumping and excel really sucks. I would be super disappointed after, seeing, oh damn, 6'3", 22, Superstar Dev. I would be really disappointed to click it. However, this is a 10-year sim, so I don't care. So we trade pick 19, 92, and Connor Williams for pick 9, which of course will be either a safety or a lineman. This Shane Cantrell guy we have to go with, though. Quick Dev 80 overall. That's going to be our new #1 starting free safety. Seems steep, but 25 and 28 this year for pick 10. That will finish off the first-round picks, second-round picks, and third-round picks of our draft this year. However, it will land us Miles McCoy, the 22-year-old left guard, who is a 79 overall quick, very solid lineman, definitely a huge improvement over Connor Williams, which honestly pretty much settles all the needs we had on the team. He's very good, though. He's 21. It wouldn't be very realistic to go that many. How he went right there, too. Damn it. Let's go to the next pick. Screw it. We can't trade up anymore. The draft recap, obviously, we know what we took, but I kind of want to see the tight end and the cornerback. I don't know when they would have went, but where's the tight end, huh? So here's cornerback Lee Newman. Holy crap, look how fast he is. Agility's pretty decent, too, but 96 speed, 97 excel. Absolutely amazing stuff. What else are we looking at? Where's the tight end? Is this, he went all the way down here? Julius Reynolds, a little raw, but pretty damn good. Broncos have picked 21. This is definitely a fair trade. Zay Jones and Obi Melifonwu with quick dev each, I believe. So clearly a fair trade. Let's see if we can make the playoffs again. We're a much better team. I don't think anyone's progressing at the level we are, so we should easily be one of the best teams in the league already as an 85-plus overall team. Here we are headed to the playoffs. Are we one of the best teams in the league? We are at 12-4. The Ravens following suit. They must have had a pretty damn good draft themselves. And we finished very strong. Lost to the Steelers, though, which is kind of sucky. Zeke with the MVP. Doesn't matter. I mean, I was about to say it doesn't matter what team he's on, but he is on the Cowboys again. Lamar Jackson, 4,000 yards. Decent stuff. Christian McCaffrey. Is that a down dev this year? I think 1,400 yards is definitely not dev down worthy. We're gonna bring him back to star. I think at the least that's only fair. Reinhardt, not super great, but 10 touchdowns is enough. Obviously, with Superstar Dev already, he's kind of a freak. We have to slide it down about 184. So there's that. Offensive line, I don't know. Interesting, not great. It is what it is. That's my reactions. Decent pass rushes. It's probably one of the best pass rushes we've ever had in any sort of rebuild-style video. Jake Elliott kind of missing. I don't understand why we would have guys like Steven Hauschka. Could be, like a 4 or 5 Super Bowl team. Kind of depends on how the money is spent, I suppose. A guy like Lamar Jackson is going to be very costly. We lose to the Raiders again. Thank you, Raiders, for ruining everything, even though we're 20 times the team you are. More than likely. And the Raiders can't even win anyways. We're a 92 overall team now, going into year 3 of a fantasy draft franchise. Like, what do you want from us? I don't think we have an off-season thing on again, do we? No, we do. 110 mil. Okay, that's going to change soon. Yeah. We let Tariq Cohen go with 110 mil. Okay, I'm going to have to give him like a 7-year deal because the game's stupid. The game must know of the impending doom, huh? Looking at the team, offensive line always can be upgraded, but I don't think we're going to get anyone in the draft that's going to actually provide an upgrade over the guys we have. Receiving core should be good, assuming we can afford everybody until the end of this thing. Safeties are great. Corner is the biggest need, even that. Debatable. We really just need to get better. Aaron, boring. Pretty boring to me as well. We might actually go with Barty because we lost our running back as well. I think we may have Hines still, but still, I don't really. Nicholas Craig, be a good corner for us. 77 overall normal. 82 man, 73 zone, definitely a corner. And then we're going to go with Tavares Barty. Quick dev, 79 overall with 94 speed. I keep flicking everything. 94 speed and 87 excel, 93 agility. Pretty good running back. I don't see any other players that are worth taking, so we're going to trade down again to try to gain a good first round this time, since we do have 2 second rounds here. 2 seconds and swoops for pick 13. Going to trade him more as well, though. We'll give him a third. Try to give him the third, but they didn't want that. They'd rather have that random tight end than a third-round pick, which makes no sense to me. Simmies to the playoffs. Surely we're in it again. We're probably the best team in the league by far. We have a bye week at 11-5. Did pretty damn well, I suppose, but honestly, with this team, I don't know what everyone else is looking like, but this probably should be like a 16-0 team. We're going to crash and burn very soon. This could be the year, actually. We could have this year and next year as our final years. So we need to make these count. MVP goes to Zeke again, but that's beside the point. Take a look at Lamar Jackson. Lots of yards. Touchdowns are lacking. And McCaffrey's really not even getting that many touchdowns. Receiving, Juju Smith-Schuster did well. And we're a god-tier team. Myles Garrett with 21.5 sacks. The defense is doing really well. I haven't had that kind of success in the sack department ever. Hey, that's that can apply to real life. Did you hear me crack my neck, by the way? That was fun, if you know what I mean. So, Steelers, we lost to them last year. Did we lose them this year? I don't know. I should have taken a look at what the actual overall difference was, because I highly doubt anyone comes close to our level at this point. Not even close. So just on the first glance, 95 is the lowest you can see. Look at all these teams. Not even close to 95 is the lowest. Some of them, 95 is the highest. Look at the Dolphins, don't even get to 95. Sim is so broken, EA. Fix it. Look at this. 84. Oh my god. Sim is so bad in this game, man. There's actually no team that comes even close to us. The Packers, Lions, maybe a little bit. There's no one that comes close to us. Let's take a look. Where are we again? Browns. We have the free agency thing on again, so we can take a look if somebody good slips. Steelers do make it to the Sleezlers. Big sleazes indeed. They do win the Super Bowl in fairness, but still. 103 mil, that will change soon. We have an amazing team. There's really not much more you can do to get better other than maybe a center, but once again, there's nobody that's going to really be getting rid of those types of players, I don't think. Here, there's a couple of guys in here, but they're all running backs, so really not much we can do. Maybe get Butker and put him at punter? Nah, he's not even that good. I thought he was going to be like 99 kick power. Well, go to the draft again, even though there's really not much we can do. An 8.4 cornerback grade. This is like a legendary draft class. We must have found one of those sneaky gem classes that's just absolute god tier. Can you ever pass up an 8 freaking .4? That is probably the highest combine grade I've ever seen. That better be a superstar dev player. He's a star. Good enough. 98 speed, 96 excel, 92 agility. Great man. Rough zone. Nothing new there. You know what? I'd even just think about it. This isn't a rebuild. I actually can't make a move for the next entirety of this thing. I completely forgot this isn't a rebuild. I was in the whole mode of we're not doing 10-year sims anymore. Totally forgot. We are stuck with no more moves for I don't even know how long. How long? 6, 7 years now? I think we have 4 more sims that we can't touch a player. Yeah, that's a bit of a flaw, isn't it, players? All right, 5 players we drafted. I don't know if that's even true, but 5 players that actually mattered. Everything else was just garbage that won't even start. So 5 players, which was B 18, 19, 20, 21. So we can't do anything for this or next draft. And we're just going to let the AI draft both. Maybe that's why we have so much money. I didn't even think about that. Here we are, headed to the playoffs. Once again, we are easily primed to make the playoffs every single time. 12-4. Honestly, 12-4, we should be checking to see if we didn't force lose, because we should be doing better than that. Lamar Jackson must have been very close to MVP. Christian McCaffrey, that's a quick dev, right? Oh, he's star dev. Hello. Receiving, we're kind of struggling in the receiving game. We got 3 wide receivers, almost at 1,000. Offensive line is definitely playing a lot better. Harold Landry killing it. What about Myles Garrett? Is easily the best pass rusher we've ever had in any of our little league things. So DJ Gilmore, did he go up in dev? I forgot to start him halfway through the season, by the way. So the fact that he's an 88 overall is just a testament to the dev. I can already see the sim slowing down a bit. Got to remember to go in and look at this one. I know it's several years on now, so everyone should have caught up anyways by now. Let's take a look. So we are a 97 overall to their 86, and we still have upgrades to use. I wonder what our money's gonna go from 103 mil down to 10 mil after this season. If we lose here, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Okay, we didn't lose. I'm gonna make sure every single opponent we're playing is god or bad. 84 to our 97, so that should be an easy walloping again. It won't be, but it should be. Will it be? And we do win, only by 5. In the Super Bowl, we're exposing the game, and the game can't handle it. They're like, no. Stop it. Cowboys are an 86, so we have an 11 overall upgrade on this team now. And they're only 8-7-1. Can we win a Super Bowl? That's the question. The answer is, of course we lose to an 11 overall worst team. If you say so. So let's advance the week, see who we lose. We didn't have our off-season thing on, which sucks. So, offensive line is intact. Tight end, wide receivers are all intact. Quarterback is intact. Defensively, linebackers are fine. Safeties are fine. DBs appear to be all fine. We did lose Eddie Goldman, though. We had like 60 mil cap space. Let's just see if the AI is even smart enough to realize the need at DT. I really doubt they will. They'll probably be like, new quarterback, which in fairness could be fair because Lamar's going to be very expensive. Here we go, draft recap. DT, right? DT number 1. However, he's terrible. Unspeakably terrible. Audrey McPherson. Mafferson. I hate that name. Adrian Hutton. No, thank you. So, an absolutely horrendous draft. Pick 28 and 31. Terrible. Very bad. So, we have one more year where we can't make a pick. And then we'll be back to making the team as good as possible. Week 17. To the playoffs. We are in it. Finally, a season that kind of represents how good this team is. 15-1. Who the hell did we lose to? Who did we lose to? The Bengals week 2. Really? Lamar Jackson, 4,400 yards, 38 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. McCaffrey, is that a dev up or down? Down, really? It's kind of fair. Receiving, I'm honestly just shocked they have him still. Juju Smith-Schuster, what dev is that? Star? Star dev. I would say Reinhardt's probably not, yeah, he's not superstar anymore, but he is very good. His deep route is terrible. The AI always upgrades the guys the same exact way. Chark is a star dev? Okay. I'm joking, that's a normal dev for sure. No doubt he's a normal. Yep, figured for sure he would be. Defensively, Myles Garrett is a freaking machine. So is Harold Landry, in fairness. Harold Landry's been very shockingly good. He might even be a better overall than Myles Garrett. Somehow, but some way. Not really, but maybe better block shot? I don't even know. Pick totals, anything crazy? DJ Gilmore has been pretty impressive. What's his development? Star still. Zone coverage needs to be upgraded for sure. The 8-8 Dolphins. Watch them win this game. What is their overall? 97 to an 83 overall team. How broken is Sim? We shall find out. Super mega extremely broken is the answer, children. To the offseason. Love this game. What's even the point, you know? Like, they've gotten me to the point of falling off of a cliff. So we're 98 overall now. We still have our 3 main receivers, our tight end, our quarterback, our running back, our whole entire offensive line. What about the defense? Defense is pretty much all intact. We still have a trash DT too, but if this team can't win a Super Bowl, what team can? I don't understand that. It's not good enough to be, without a doubt, the greatest roster ever assembled. All right, here we go. Draft recap. Probably another DT. We go with a corner. In what world do we need a corner? Gant Newman, terrible corner. Who's this? Jarrett Mines. He's young and he's decently fast, so not the worst pick ever, but I don't know. It's just a weird one. Like, I don't know what to do. We're about to be into year 6 here. 1 Super Bowl trip. We lost. We should have won like 4 by now. Knew it was going to happen too, let's be honest. Here we are going to the playoffs. While many teams are fluctuating, one thing stays constant. We have the greatest team in the NFL. I don't know how we still do. I'm assuming one of these years, right? We're not going to be able to keep this roster forever. I don't know if they re-signed him on rookie deals. I don't know what the hell is going on, but we're still going with the greatest roster ever assembled. Like we mentioned, the Ravens are at the bottom. Steelers are number 2 now. Lamar Jackson having a great season yet again. McCaffrey, good yardage, bad touchdowns. I mean, it's the same old, I mean, look at Myles Garrett, 26.5 sacks. There's not a better team ever created. There really isn't. So what the hell is going on? This is Lamar Jackson right now. He's a freak of nature. 26 years old, that's his stat line. Or his rating line, I suppose. All right, here we are, Steelers. No, well, I guess hopefully it'll just show us the overalls anyways. 98 to their 87. What more do you want, EA? I don't even know if it's possible to get to 99, is it? Well, hopefully it is, because apparently it's not enough. I'm actually getting so frustrated with this crap game. I mean, decent game. And people want rebuild battles back. How are you going to do rebuild battles without crushing your ego with such an amazing game that has perfect sim parameters and great AI guesswork? We did lose Maddox, but I mean, looking around here, there's not a big bunch of names. I guess we're going to try to get Barty back. I mean, why not? Who's our running? Yeah, we probably should get Barty back. I mean, there's not big names here, so I'm guessing that a lot of the other teams are able to keep most of their guys too. So I don't know how it's happening. Maybe something to do with everything being reset, that there's no crazy contracts like in real life. I have no idea how it works, but I think it's kind of cool, kind of unique, something fun. So I looked at the contracts, and yeah, it is very safe to say this is the final year of being not even a contender, but final year of being the best team in the league, hands down. It may get a little bit closer now, but we are broke as hell coming up. So I'm going to try to predict which position I think the AI is going to have to get rid of. And, I would say one of the linemen would be gone. Even if they aren't, we're probably going to take someone to replace Billy Price, get cheaper there. There's going to be a lot of guys gone after this year. So the ironic part is there is no one position because half the roster needs to be re-signed. Lovely stuff. Don't know how that works. Something to do with the fantasy franchise, I suppose. Quarterback will not be one of the positions being replaced. Cornerback isn't that guy's terrible anyways. Linebacker, I don't trust any of those linebackers, man. Safety, that guy looks at the best available, but I don't know. Wide receiver could actually... I'm going to go with Riley Babin. What's his name? Babin. Normal dev, he's very fast. Will he replace anyone? I don't know. I think that was a stupid decision, actually. But let's go on, I suppose. Taking a look at the draft recap, see who we got. So we ended up with a middle linebacker, Bronson Spencer. We already seen he's very slow, so that's all that matters to me. Left tackle, not bad for a third round, especially a late third round pick. What was there around 28? Should we have gone with someone other than that wide receiver? Usually outside the top 20, you're pretty much screwed. Quick glancing. Ooh, here's a guy. Hamid Misi. The line is insane on this team, so the auto scouting probably cucked us there. I didn't even think about that going into it, but first glance, that was really the only guy. Everyone else was bad. However, the sad part about that is that Misi guy, he's definitely one of those really good players that I would have noticed because he would have had the 39 plus bench reps, which, obviously that's something you just don't miss. All right, headed to the playoffs, obviously, once again, no question about it. Next season, I can't say the same. We are 13-3. Lamar Jackson, finally a league MVP. He's had very many seasons where he probably deserved it, just finally got to it. Christian McCaffrey, 28. If you're going to get rid of anyone, it'd probably be him, right? Juju Smith-Schuster, hopefully they re-sign. Reinhardt, hopefully they re-sign. Honestly, I'd keep all three of the wide receivers. I would just keep. You can't really afford three starting wide receivers. Landry has to stay. If you're going to get rid of either, I would probably get rid of Myles Garrett. Landry has really come up strong, kicker. This, once again, this is literally the final season of being the best team. Nowhere near as good of a team coming up after this sim. Let's make it happen. I should have taken a look at the overall because we're going to lose, aren't we? Thanks, game. I'm sure the 9-7 Broncos are amazing, right? Fairly, they do lose the Super Bowl by 3, so they were in the Super Bowl. -2 mil. Okay, let's take a look. So they did keep all three wide receivers. They got rid of the tight end. They lost the center as expected. We would have got that tackle that would have been clutch. Defensively, they got all the linebackers, safeties, DBs are still all here somehow. So honestly, we're broke as hell, but we kept the majority of the players, I believe, which is honestly a shock. Unfortunately, we're literally broke. I don't even know how this is going to work. We're just going to go to the draft and hope for the best. So we're going to go best available user unless there's a lineman. Tight end, obviously, one of the biggest needs for our team. Middle linebacker. Ooh, that Clay guy could be pretty good. We need a tight end. Oh, who's this? That guy is, there's no question about it. Mid-third, though. Do we just, unload? See, I can't jump the gun that early. They've got bias. Third round. Mid-third, huh? I like this guy, though. And I forgot to take him off. I had the free safety, man. I wanted the free safety with that pick. Please tell me the middle linebacker was at least good. Normal dev. Even though I made the mistake, it is still going to technically count as a pick. Trade our second and Barker for 33. He's too good. We can't risk him. 81 overall. Quick dev. Supposed to go third overall. Could play both positions. Mainly probably could play cornerback. Excel is a little bit low. Great catching, though. That's got corner written all over. I know the hit power is a little high, but still. All right, simming the draft. I don't even know how many picks. So we took the free safety. What else did we get? So we got McNutt, normal dev. He's not the worst player in the world, but And then we have this Kirkski. It might be a little biased, but I think we're going to put him at cornerback over one of our other guys, even though they're really high overall. Well, we can't afford anything else, so unless you go to free agency and there's a tight end, that's a trade block. Unless you go to free agency, there's a tight end there, we're probably not going to do anything. Well, there's not really much more we can do. At least we're a 78 overall team again. Now, this is probably the final season we have of a 79 overall team, or 98 overall team. It really sucks. This should have been potentially like a 5 Super Bowls, 10-year sim. Maybe even 8 straight, who knows. The worst thing about it, though, is the fact that we did, in fact, what is it called? I can't even think of the damn word. We changed the scheme. Changed the scheme a few times, 13-3. Let's take a look at the Lamar Jackson season. Another consistent season, a little bit lower on the touchdowns, but still a great season. We changed the scheme a few times, and even though oh my lord, look at this combo. 24.5, 22.5. I hate this game. I really do. I know we went 13-3, but let's be honest, we're going to suck again. We're at 98 overall. We literally can't get any better. We were better before this season. Steelers are going to do it again, aren't they? Why is this game so bad? How do we never win a playoff game? This would be... I don't think you could, honestly, as a Browns fan, couldn't watch them ever again. You couldn't. You just couldn't. A team that kills it constantly. And I know technically in real life, there's no way to really, make the assumption of 99 overall players, because obviously the seasons they're having are good. But other than, Landry and Garrett and in Lamar Jackson, there's really no one that's, doing 2,000 yards a season at wide receiver or, 2,000 at running back or anything like that. But since we know this, they're 3 95+ overall wide receivers. I bet you I would be willing to risk it all and say the Steelers don't even have a singular 99 overall wide. Damn it, they have one. They have one 99 overall wide receiver. He's good speed, bad excel, and he's just a bad person. I know it. Normally I don't like to complain like that, but the lowest on our first front list is a 98. Do they just literally go 50-50? Doesn't matter how good the team is? Does overalls and player talent have nothing to do with how good you do? We're probably negative 50 mil now. Negative 17. I don't know how we're still a 98 overall. We're even starting to regress. We did lose the number 2 wide receiver, but we're so stacked at wide receiver, having Mines at number 3 doesn't even really hurt us. And maybe a wide receiver, a lineman, or if we even have an option. I think this would be the last time I get a chance at drafting. Hell, it's the last time we get a chance at anything with the friggin' cap space being negative. Well, I'm going to go with a tight end. 80 overall seems to be a good decision. I believe because we exhausted our last year's option twice, that would be the last time we can gain a player. So, best of luck, I suppose. I don't think we can even get... I think this is coming up on the 2026 season, but I don't think we can go with anyone new, right? So, here's the draft recap. Hopefully, they went DT, I suppose. I mean, I would assume they did. They did, but he's terrible. Kevin Ramirez, quick dev. He didn't look super great, but honestly, at pick 28, I'm not even going to be mad with that. Duncan Gould. What made them go with that guy? I don't know what made them go with that guy. This guy, he's an edge, damn it. Well, that sucks, but either way, what else can you do? Turn on the, we might honestly get kicked off the team before we're done with this. I don't know how we have enough money. I really don't. Negative 17 mil? How are we signing people? What is it? Are we dipping into the owner's funds? Wouldn't that be still against the league rules? What do they make us do? Forfeit draft picks and players or something? Playoffs again. I don't think we've missed the playoffs a single season. 13-3. We're obviously just bye-week master. 51 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson. You crazy dog. Apparently we're a better offense with worse players. That's how that usually works, right? Greatest pass rush duo. Honestly, probably the greatest pass rush duo of all time. It wouldn't even shock me. These are some insane seasons. Someone said there was a way to look at I'm in career stats. I don't know if there's a way to actually look at the exact numbers. Myles Garrett is actually closing in on an NFL record. I believe he is at about 180 sacks. I don't know how long Harold Landry's been in the league, but he's honestly not super far behind himself. Obviously, I'm not going to look at the full numbers, but just glancing at that's what? 8 seasons of over 15, on average, about 15 sacks a season. If we were to do an average of that, that's 8 times 15. So like what, like 140? Over 300 sacks combined in a span of 8 seasons. Holy crap. Take a look at career sacks. Myles Garrett is now number 4. Harold Landry in the top, 15? We got to keep them on the team. If we can keep those... honestly, this is all about just keeping the defense intact. Okay, so I know the Chargers start off great, but this is many years in the future. Let's see how good they are. 98 to the 89. At the end of the day, we're better than every team we play. Let's have another one, first week. Oh, we made it. Oh, my God. A first week exit. See? Oh, my God. The Chiefs are 94. Guess what? We're still better. It's like they can be as good as they want, but we're still better. We lose by 10. I hate this game. So we turned the auto stuff on. Myles Garrett has 8 upgrades. He's regressed, but he's got 8 upgrades. Oh, we lost Lamar. That sucks. It's coming into the final season, though, so honestly, it doesn't matter. I would assume they're going to go QB anyways. So 96 overall. Watch this would be the 1 year we actually win the Super Bowl. We're regressing hard, but we're still a great team. Myles Garrett, plenty of upgrades to get him back to that status of elite. Could even become better, honestly. Better than regression. That's why it's nice to have those tanks. Because this man, he's going to be able to hold on to his career for a long time. Even when he regresses every year, he'll be able to hold it up. So basically a 99 for the next few seasons. He has another 4 upgrades to use after he regresses again. If he really went ham, he could break it this season. He's done, 26 and a half, I believe. If he can get to that 27 mark, I believe he breaks the NFL career sack record. Draft recap with 15,500 XP. Quarterback, he's an 82 overall, and he's a star dev player. How is this team this lucky? It's unbelievable. Then we have a free safety here. He's got a little bit of speed. Not super great, but I guess he'll be the new number 1. Mike Wilkinson, not bad. I would say we're going on to the final season, but honestly, we're probably going to do enough seasons to see Myles Garrett break the NFL record. Here we are on to the final season, quote-unquote. Still 13-3. How good was the rookie? Probably a little bit worse than Lamar, right? Yeah, a little bit worse than Lamar. Barty wasn't terrible as the starter. Juju Smith-Schuster, is that a potential all-time great as well? I mean, he's definitely an all-time great. But what are these numbers? They're not super great. But is that Hall of Fame? Not like Hall of Fame, but is that greatest of all time territory? Career receiving yards. Juju Smith-Schuster is not there yet. Apparently, I really thought he would have. Apparently not. Touchdowns, he does crack the list at 110. We've got record breakers all across the board, boys. Sack totals, Myles Garrett came very close. I believe that would come out to be a 20-sack season, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Myles Garrett and Landry are gods. I've never had this kind of success in a franchise for sack totals before. It was a little bit slow to start out, not going to lie, and then they kind of just went off. Watch the rookie win a Super Bowl year 1. Just watch. Just watch this thing. I can just feel it. I feel it already. Won that game. Go to the Super Bowl if we win this. Damn it, we lost it. Really? We've probably completed under 500 in the... Super Bowl 1 remake over here. Packers lose. They get their revenge on us. But of all the seasons, we probably went under 500 in the playoffs. 94 overall, please, Myles Garrett. Yes, Myles is still there. He has a couple upgrades. We'll knock those out. Make sure he's balling out. Hell, Landry can almost break it. Honestly, I have no idea what the hell to name this video. I really don't. So I'm going to move on to next season. I don't really care about that. And we're going to take a look at Myles Garrett. Honestly, we should just sim this thing out and see how many sacks he gets. Myles Garrett, mid-season, has smashed the career sack totals. This man is special. Receiving yards, Juju Smith-Schuster still not on the list. Moving up the list in touchdowns, though. Jamison Crowder apparently up there, too. Anything else? Like rushing? What about, is Lamar there yet? No. Got to play a lot of seasons for that. Lamar Jackson, nowhere to be found. There's really not any other thing we can really look at. Actually, let's take a look at catches. Highly doubt it, but you never know. Not even close. I don't know. Let's first I want to see, because this seems like another historic season for Myles Garrett. I really want to see where he's gonna leave off here on the season. And honestly, I think I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna max out their contracts right now. I'm gonna make sure. I don't care what what other players are around him. Clearly, it doesn't matter because the talent's getting worse and they're still doing god tier stuff. So I'm gonna make sure they're both on a 7-year deal. We're also gonna drop their contract just so the team doesn't get too broke to hold them. Obviously, the 10-year sim at this point is over. We're continuing to see the records. We're trying to see it. Hopefully, money is not too big of a motivator because obviously, if that was me, I'd be gone. I'd be like, sorry, buddy, broke the career. I'm gone. Let's go back to Landry as well because he actually has a chance to hit a 200 as well at the age of how old? Oh, damn, he's old as hell too. 32. So unfortunately, it is year 2032, and our guys are gone. Harold and Myles. How long has it been? I don't know. You tell me. Let's take a look at the NFL sack records. Holy crap! Myles Garrett with a whopping 269 sacks. Harold Landry with 221. I know it's not quite 500, but I'm putting that in the title. I'm sorry. I have to. Ridiculous numbers. 221 for, Harold Landry on the same team as Garrett broke the same records. Receiving, number 4 all-time. Receiving yards, number 5 all-time. So, Julius Smith-Schuster becomes a top 5 running back of all time. Ironically, here with Madden Sim, you've got lots of real-life running backs in the rushing touchdown category. Zeke Elliott becomes the greatest running back to ever play the game. If he is, he could have a chance at all-time touchdowns. I don't know. Lamar Jackson's still in the league at 35 years of age. Who knows? Lamar, we did draft him, so I'm gonna, even though it's taking me a lot longer to do this all, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna play another couple seasons and see how far Lamar finishes. All right, so we're in year 4,758. I know for a fact Lamar Jackson did finish at least 40 years of age. You can see here, there's a lot of guys that did pass up the numbers. Jared Goff being the ultimate guy at number 1. Number freaking 1, 82,219 yards. Lamar at 81,700. Absolutely insane. Lamar Jackson finishes as the greatest quarterback basically of all time. That's about it. There's really nothing else to it. We are further in the future. Does anyone come close? This new McWrath guy. I don't know who that is, but he's got a chance at it maybe. But yeah, that's pretty much the 10-year sim. Basically a 20-year sim at this point. I had a blast. This could very well be the final one unless we go back and take a look at every single series, assuming I have all of them, and tally up who won the most Super Bowls and all that. Could be fun. Unbelievable. I don't know what the title is at this point. There's so many different things it could be. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, maybe subscribe. Like the video if you did enjoy it. I thought it was great. And follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Of course, I thought it was great. I want you guys to think it's great, obviously. Real smart comment by me. Oh, really? But yeah, hope you guys come back for the next video. But until next video, see ya!